Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Newton, and in today's video we are going to create a login authentication app using Flet and then Firebase. So our backend is going to happen in Firebase. Is going to handle our backend side for us for the authentication side, and also we are going to use Python Flet module to create the UI that you can see right now. So let's test this app and then we see what we are going to do. So here I'm going to enter any email here, and then if the email is in the system, if it's registered, it is going to ask me to log in, but if not, it is going to ask me to create a new account. So let's test it out. So as you can see, this email is registered, so it asks me for password. Now let me enter my password. I can use this to hide or view the password. So when I press continue, you see the password is incorrect. So let me now enter the correct password. So when I click on continue, you can see the app is running and now I'm logged in. So you can see my email here. Hello, your email is. So this is some simple dashboard that we are going to create, and then I can click on this to log out. And also for the loading screen that pops up whenever I click on either login on those buttons, it's because I didn't use the async functions. This one I just ran it normally. I should have used the asyncio module from Python to run the functions. So here I can enter anything. Here I can enter anything, and then I will click on continue, and then you see it's telling me the email is invalid here, that you can see. So now I'm going to create a new account. Let's call it maybe Alice Bob. And then I'm going to click on continue. Now you see Alice Bob is not registered, so it asks me to create a new account. So I'll enter the name here and then the password. Now I'll click on agree and continue. So now I'm logged in. So this is a simple login and logout with registration system. So this is what we are going to create. Without any further ado, let's get started. So now I've opened a new project in VS Code. As you can see here, I have my assets. Inside the assets folder, I have my font, and then I've grouped the font into their family, the Montserrat, Poppins, and SF Pro. Also, I have my icons in here, and then I have some images here as well. Inside of this, I have pages, which I have my dashboard .py. We'll go over this again, and then I have my login and then home and sign up. Also, I have service folder where I have my auth.py here, which we are going to use it for the authentication. Also, I have the utils folder where I have extras.py. Inside the extras.py, you can see I have the height and then the dimensions, everything that I would need for the application. This is the border radius. This is the button size and a whole lot. I have the image SRC for the picture that I used. Also some padding here. So this file, everything, you can find everything in the description. So you can just go to my GitHub, from the description of this video, you go to my GitHub, and then you clone the project, and you can get all these in there. Also, the final project is going to be in my GitHub, so I will leave the link in the description as well. So inside the app.py file, you can see I have the pages import here. So I have imported the main page, the dashboard, and the sign up, all these pages here. And then I have a class. Inside this class, it's inheriting from the user control module, and then the user control class, and then I have my constructor function here, the page title, frameless, and everything set to true, and then the background color is set to transparent. Also, I have my font set here, so you can see I have SF Pro and Poppins, all these fonts, I have them here. And then you can see the path. So inside my font folder, I have Poppins, which is another folder, and then I have this Poppins light italic, which is in this folder. Everything will be in my GitHub, so when you go there, you can clone it, and then you start using it. So this is just what I have in the app.py, and this will just keep the app running. So I'm going to run the app, and then we take it from there. So you can see my app is running. There is nothing in here because I haven't added anything yet. And also, all these files that I imported are not actually added to the screen. So I need to add all those to my page. So, and I forgot to, this is the line that initiates the application, and then I've set the assets there to my assets folder. So let's add some containers and some widgets to our home page. You can see I have this white, this is the window drag widget that I created, which is this one. So I'm going to add it first to my page, and then I'll continue from there. So this self.pg is this page object here, and then because I'm going to use classes, this one I need to create it so that I can call it from other functions. So now inside this is self.screen views. This is where my screens are going to be, because when you look at the app, you can see that this is a stack widget, because you can see all these widgets on this one. So I'm going to use a stack widget, and that's what I'm going to use to control my app. I'm not going to use the default views for the routing and everything. I'm going to use stack, and that is going to work as well. So now I'm going to go down here and create a init helper function, because I don't want to put the whole code under the constructor function. And then under this function, I'm going to put my self.page.add, and then I'll add this window drag, and then this screen views the widget. So now you can see I have the window drag here, and then the screen views. Now this doesn't contain anything, so you are not going to see it, but for this you are going to see it. So let me come here and call my self.init helper function. So I'm going to save it and see what we get. So now you can see I have this right here, and this is cool. And for the base width and height, I'm getting it from the extras, which is this file. So you can change it from your app. You can change it to 800, that is the height, and then you can change the width to anything that you want. So now inside of this screen views, I want to add the main page, which is this one. So let me come here and create an instance of the class. So I'm going to go inside the main page, which is this one. It doesn't contain anything yet, so let me put it here. And then inside of this stack, the controls will be the main page. So I'm going to save it and see what I get. Okay, so still there's nothing here. So now inside of this function, I'm going to set the expand to true. And then now I'm going to set the content for the container, what you are going to see here. So I'll do self.content equals another container, and then the height is going to be the base height, and then the width is going to be the base width. Also, I'm going to set a background color, which is the base color. And now let's see what we get. So now you can see my app here, and I have this container in here. So now you can see this space in here. I'm going to go on and remove it. To do that, I just need to call my self.page, and then I'll set the spacing to 0. And now you can see the space is gone. And then I'm going to set the border radius and some I'm going to start this container, so I'm going to speed up a little and then I'll explain it. So here I have the border radius, which is here inside the extras. I've set the border radius there, and then the click behavior is set to anti-alias, and I've set the expand to true. So let's save it and see. And now you can see some cool border radius around. But now you can see we have some problem at the down here. So this is because we need to set the expand for our stack widget, which is this one. So in here we need to set the expand to true, and this is going to fix this problem. And now you can see we have some smooth border radius around here too. So now the content for this is going to be a stack. Let me bring this application. So you can see this is a stack. I have the first image, which is this one at the background, and then on top of it I have these widgets that you can see, the height to this and everything. So I'm going to create it right now. So now I'm going to wrap the image, which is this image. I'm going to wrap it in a container, and then I'm going to wrap the whole of these ones too in a container. So now in here I have a container that is having the whole height for the main container, and also the weight as well. I've set the left to 60 so that it can be around this side. It will push it to the right, and then I have the top set to -200, so it will pull it to the top And then for the content, I have set my image, and then I'll scale it down to 0.9. So let me save it and see what I get. So now you can see my image right here. So on top of this is what I want to put my other container. So I'm going to create another container in here. So now inside of this container, you can see I've set the base height and weight. I want it to occupy the whole space here. And then I've set some padding at the top so that you can create some space at the top here. For this, I think it's not very important. I don't know why I added it though. And then for left, I want to push it to the right small, and then push it here so that I can have some space here and here too. And then since container cannot handle the whole widget, for this one I'm going to set the content to this column so that I can use the controls from the column, and then I'll put in my widget. So let me do that now. I'm going to create these ones, but if you don't understand anything, as usual, let me know in the comment section. I'm going to take my time explain it for you so that you understand. So let's continue. And if you are enjoying it at this point, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel so that you can get notified. I have a whole lot of videos coming, so stay tuned. So now in here you can see I have this container to create some space here, and then I have my text which I've wrapped inside a container, and then I've set the margin to left so that it can create extra space here. I could use maybe, I don't know, only container can work because for text you cannot set the margin, so that's why I use the container. So now let's save it and see what we get. And you can see I have my text right here. So I'm going to go on, and then I'll create this container, and inside of this container I'm going to put all of these here. And I've created this container to just create some space between this and then the content that is going to come down there. So I'm going to go on and create self.main content, which I haven't created yet. So this is going to handle the widgets inside of the container. So I'm going to go up here. And then inside the column, I'm going to set the controls. So now I have my first container here, which is this container with a height of I think 90. You can see it here. Okay, 9. This one, sorry, this one, the BTN height, which is 50, and then I have the background color to be white. I've set the border, and then inside of it I have a text field. So now you can see my text field here, and this is white color. So now let's go on and then style our text field. So now inside this text field, you can see I have the hint text to be email. I have the style, the size is 16, the font is regular, Poppins regular, and then I have the color, which is input hint color. You can find it right here. input hint color, which is this one. So now you can see my hint text here, and this is very nice. So now I need to set the text style for the text that I'm going to write in, maybe my email. So to do that, you can see I have my text style here, and then I'm going to write the styling. And then now you can see, let me save it. So when I write now, you can see it. And also I'm going to set, you can see there's some black borders around there. You can see some black borders here. I'm going to remove it. I just need to set the border to input border.none. And also for the content padding, I'm going to set it to content padding, and I've created this in here. So this is the padding for my text field. So I've set the left to 20, that's why I can see this here, and then I'll set the top and right and bottom to 10. So now instead of having this one in here, I'm going to cast the whole container, and then I'll call it self.email input. So I need to come up here and create it, self.email input. So that is it. Let me save it and see. This shouldn't change. And then now we have our email input. Let's go on and create this button here. To create this button, it's very simple. I just need to create a container, and then I'll put my text which says continue. So now here you can see I have this container, which is this one with a height and then weight. I have all the height and weight here, which is btn weight and btn height. And I have the base green, which is this color, the base green. And then the border radius is 10, alignment is set to center, and then the content is this text that says continue. I've set the size to 18, and then the font family to Poppins medium. So now I need to create this text that says or. So to do this, I'm going to use the row widget, which expands, and then I will set the alignment to center, and then I'll have it here. So now I have my row widget, and then I have the alignment sent to center, and then I have the controls, which is the text that says or, and I've set the font family and the size. So now you can see my text here. Now the next thing that we need to do is we need to create this button. For now, these buttons are not working. I didn't add the functionalities. I'm going to do that in another video. So let's continue. So for this one, I'm just going to paste the code so that we can move faster. So I'll paste the code and then I will explain it. So now it's very simple. You can see I have my container here with height and weight. I have the background color set to light green, which I have it in the extras. And then I have the border radius. I have the alignment center to center, padding of 10, This is not even important. And then I have the content set to the row. Inside the row widget, I have the Google icon and then my text that says continue with Google. So that is it. Let me save it and see what we get. So now you can see it here. The Google icon, I use the row, that's why you see it like this. If I had used column, then this is going to arrange in vertical order. Then I'll do the same thing for the rest of the buttons. That is the Facebook and then Apple. So now you can see I have my continue with Facebook, Google and Apple set right here. And this is it. This is the button code. And then now the spaces here are small, so I'm going to put some containers with some height here. So I'll put one here to create space here, and then I'll put another one right before the Apple container. And now you can see these are spaced out. So now after this, you can see some space here and then this text. So now I'm going to create the forgot password text. For that one, I'm also going to just put the code here so that we can move faster to the authentication side. So this is it. A text, you can see forgot password. The color is base green. And then I have the size set to 16. I have the family to Poppins regular. And now you can see it here. I can create some space. I'll just copy this and then I'll put it here. So now you can see some space here. So now this is it for the first page, which is this one. I'm going to move to the next page and then we take it from there.